we are going to be breaking down Jason Statham's newest action flick, The Beekeeper. And I am excited to do my very first ever collaboration with a guy who I've been following for the last like year. And
Yep.
that is Nate the Great, man. Welcome to the
Thank you
channel.
for thank you very much for that beautiful intro. Very
Yeah, dude.
appreciate it.
I ever since like I first got started with the channel and started doing these movie reviews, I were doing, and I was amazed at like how quick you were in like reviewing DVDs and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a good time, man. It's a hobby I got into.
Yeah, man. Anytime, it's a blast. I'm glad that we've had the chance to actually talk now, which is cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry about the delay there. We were supposed to do it a while ago. That was all on me. But
What's that? I'm sorry. Like my sound was breaking up a little bit.
oh, I was saying I'm sorry we didn't collab earlier. That was kind of my bad.
No, no, man, it's all good. I'm glad we got the opportunity to hook up now and get to talk about the Beekeeper because
Yeah.
this was one of those movies for me. I was like really hit or miss on. It was like out of the theater, I was stoked about this flick. Like I was like, what a great action movie! Statham's back. He's in typical like old school Statham form. And then I started picking it apart in my mind. I was like, oh, okay, like had a couple issues with it.
Yeah, definitely. Especially since this is a spoiler discussion, right?
Spoiler discussion. We can
Yeah.
go all in.
Absolutely. Yeah, my biggest complaint was the daughter for sure. But
Yeah, something right.
oh, you cut out there. Sorry.
Oh, I said what the daughter's name. I don't know if it's my. Her name was like Verona or something, right?
Yeah, yeah, it was Verona. Yeah. But I mean, the actress wasn't like bad. I think she was just given kind of like a basic generic FBI storyline. I don't know. It wasn't too interesting. And like I said, her mother died. She didn't really show that emotion really to sell it to me.
Yeah, it was for me. I think one of my main issues was the fact that like she was like, "Oh my gosh, my mother's gone," whatever, and then next thing you know, she was chasing him down for like no reason. Like he's going after doing her dirty work. He's going after the bad guys, and then it was like, uh,
Yeah, and then at the end of the movie, she just lets him go.
yeah.
But what did you like about this movie? Did you like the kills? Did you think they were
The kills were some of the kills were just funny. They were like amusing, funny kills, right?
yeah? I
Um,
thought they were very creative. I really liked them.
yeah, I like the one where he tied the guy up on the truck and just drove the truck off the bridge, and you see him
Oh
just
yeah.
like taking a header. I think they showed that in the trailer, but like
Yeah, they
during
do.
the movie, it was just like that was hysterical. Like I was laughing my ass off.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I think my favorite one was when he's going like stealthy in the barn, and the dude has
Oh,
a I don't know if I can say gun on YouTube, but the dude has a gun, and Jason Statham takes the silencer off of it, and he just
oh, he
or the
jams it.
bear.
They're like
Yeah.
it was like
Oh.
typical like John Wick like kills in this movie. Like someone actually saw John Wick and they went with that.
Yeah.
Um,
But
I also like where he like some of them were cringe, right? Where you knew he was doing something with a saw in that barn, and he took the guy's hands like and like took his fingers right off. That was pretty
it,
good.
it, as soon as I saw that guy at the beginning, I was like, I hope this guy gets it because I've been scammed before. I've been scammed out a lot of money. So I mean, I wouldn't go as
Oh yeah.
far as Jason Statham did, but I mean, I was very frustrated when I got scammed. It's not a good situation to be in.
Yeah, well, so early in the movie, did you think like, okay, this is going to be like one of the big bad guys that we're not going to see get their dues until the end of the movie?
Mm, I had a feeling Jeremy Irons was the main villain. I wasn't too sure, but as soon as they showed that guy like right at the beginning, I had a feeling he was more of like an assistant to like the big guy up top. And then
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I did think Jeremy Irons was going to be more in play in terms of being a villain in this movie than he really was because he didn't have a lot of play. Like he was almost laughable at the end.
Yeah, and he just gets his finger broken, and that's kind of like the last you see of him.
Right. Yeah. That was. I mean, that was kind of cringy, but
But yeah,
um,
I think. Sorry.
no, no, no. So I guess the premise of the movie, or I guess for those maybe who have not seen the movie, it starts off with Claire Huxtable or Felicia Rashad getting scammed out of a ton of money in this ring that's just like taking advantage of old people. And Jason Statham is living on her property, like pollinating bees, like bee colonies. And he was saying that she's the only like person that ever took care of him and like took him in and was his friend or whatever. And then the only thing that got me with that, and I don't know about you, but he like um she got scammed and then went right to suicide. I didn't get that.
Oh, I completely agree. I didn't think of that. My mom saw the movie with me, and she brought that up right away. She's like, she has a daughter that works in the FBI. Like, why would she just commit
Yeah,
suicide? Why wouldn't she go ask for help? Yeah,
within a matter of like a couple hours, she kills herself with a. And then, like, why does she have a gun? She doesn't seem like the type to have a gun.
yeah. That was. I like I said, I didn't think about it in the moment, but like now that I think about it, it's just silly. But I think David Ayer did do a good job of directing it. I think it is a good looking movie. I watched Fury. I don't know if you saw my video about Fury like a week ago, but I didn't like it as much as I did the first time. But I just
Right.
had a more fun time with this movie for sure.
He's really David Ayer is really hit or miss because he's had some really good films. Like Fury was a really good one. Obviously, a lot of people goof on Suicide Squad. He did Birds of Prey.
Oh,
In
he
terms
did
of,
do Birds of Prey. Oh, I didn't
wasn't he? I
know
thought
that.
he did Birds of Prey, didn't he? I thought he
I
did.
don't know. I mean, I
But I
have the
think
deep.
in terms of
Sorry.
his Yeah, I don't in terms of his, like, filmography, I think these were some of the greatest action scenes he's ever directed.
Oh, absolutely. You can see everything that's going on, which I mean, you can't complain about that. And he has
Yeah,
really good lighting. He has really good lighting too. It's not, in a dark room and you can't really see what's going on like some movies do.
a lot of the sequences had that, like, John Wick, kind of feel to it with, like, the very vibrant colors and, like, flashing lights and everything going on.
Absolutely, especially John Wick 2. That's what it reminds me of for sure. But
Right.
do you? I had a question. Do you have like a favorite Jason Statham movie?
Ooh, a favorite Jason Statham movie.
There's so many to pick
I
from.
mean, gosh darn, that is hard because that is a lot of movies to choose from.
Yeah.
I mean, put me on the spot. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Crank movies.
Oh yeah, me too. I
I
love.
guess
Oh my god.
I guess I would probably have to go Crank. I like Crank. But I mean, I like
Great
the
choice.
Expendables and I mean, obviously like the Transporter.
I had a. I need to watch 2 and 3. I've only seen the first one. So
To see what? What three?
uh, There's three. Is there three transporter movies?
Uh yes, I think.
I think. Yeah, I've only seen the first one. I haven't finished it.
Yeah. Well, you're
But
I want to say they've progressively gotten worse, but
uh, man, he's definitely got a good, back catalog of movies. I don't know if you've seen The Mechanic,
yeah, oh,
Parker,
he's
Homefront.
got tons
Like,
of good movies. That's why you like put me on the spot. I'm sitting there like, did I like it more than this movie? And like, unfortunately,
sorry.
I'm not a big fan of the Meg movies because I've
I,
read the books and the books are so much better than the Meg movies. So I'm
yeah,
not a huge
I
fan of
didn't
those.
bother. I didn't bother watching them. I didn't bother watching Aquaman when that came out either. It just I don't know.
Yeah, I in December I did not get to see a ton of movies, but
did you did you get a chance to see the Iron Claw?
to see what?
The Iron Claw. It's like a movie about wrestling.
No, I wanted to
No.
see that so bad, but our theater hardly had any show times. There was like no show times
Oh,
for Iron Claw. They were only showing it like twice a day, and it was kind of like during the workday. So I wasn't able to see it. I guess I'm gonna have to wait till streaming.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. It's very depressing, but it's a true story. But it's
That
really good.
everyone that I know that's seen that movie said how depressing it was. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you think it's going to be in any kind of award conversations for Zac Efron?
Mm, I don't know if he'll go to Zac Efron. I think a lot of people are talking about Jeremy Allen White because his performance is really good too. I think Zac Efron is more screen time, but I
Yeah,
like
I would.
on my side of the internet, a lot of people were talking about Jeremy Allen White a bit more.
So like best supporting actor.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I don't know. The Beekeeper, all in all, was I say a pretty good time at the movies if you just want some good
It
kills and a
Right. It was a good time at the movies to just kind of escape and enjoy like a good action flick with a high body count. And it was a good time. I mean, I really enjoyed the kills, the action, the explosions, everything that was going on. And then it wasn't until after the fact where I started processing stuff where I really started having an issue with the movie.
yeah. That's the one thing about movies. I'm just trying, like, especially lately, we just had so many bad movies. So if there is some things I don't like about a movie, I try not to go too deep into it because there is a lot of stuff I did enjoy about it. But
Uh-huh.
overall, it is a pretty, typical action movie at the end of the day. It's not like an in-depth storyline. I did think the storyline, for the most part, other than not showing anything about the other beekeepers, I think it wasn't done that bad. I thought it was pretty good. It was entertaining enough.
I wish there was more stuff about the organization, the beekeeper organization, and I wish you would have seen more of that. I don't know if they're saving it for a sequel, but I would have liked to see more about the beekeeper organization itself.
Yeah, and especially the way this movie ended too. I'm like, they could make a sequel if they wanted to. I don't know. It depends, I guess, how this one does at the box
Yeah,
office. I'm not sure.
well, that was one of my things too, though. It's like, okay, he's at the president's house. There's Secret Service everywhere. There's bad guys. There's mercenaries, and literally he hops out the window and then just jumps in the water.
Yeah,
And
and then the movie
he's got
ends.
his like scuba gear on, and I'm like, come on, if it was that easy, like give me a break. You're not going in and almost assassinating the president of the United States, and then just
Yeah.
getting out by jumping out a window and jumping in the bay
Oh
with
man,
some
and
scuba gear.
when he kills Josh Hutcherson at the end, I don't know if you remember the ending of John Wick 2 when he
Hmm.
shoots
Yeah,
the
where
guy in the
he
restaurant.
shoots
Yeah,
right in the
it,
restaurant.
re- it just reminded me of that so much. It was just one shot over, done with. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know,
it's like
pretty
bang, boom.
badass though.
Right.
It was dope. I liked
I
it.
mean, yeah, he just killed the first son. I guess is that what they call him?
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
didn't
Like
like the
you
way
said,
they kept that under wraps for most of the movie. Like that was some big payoff. Like to me, that was kind of like a lame payoff. You knew the mom had some like high level, government job because you even saw her with the presidential pin early in the movie, but they didn't reveal that she was the president. I kind of figured it out though.
yeah, and yeah, it just wasn't like a. They kind of try to make it like a big plot twist, and it really wasn't.
It really wasn't, yeah, because you knew she was high enough up to get the attention of what he was the CIA director, right? Jeremy Irons, wasn't
Yeah,
he like the former CIA director?
yeah. I
And then
forget
I
what
didn't,
exactly he's doing now, but
yeah. And then Minnie, for those of you like who are going to see the movie for Minnie Driver, she's only in it for about 30 seconds in a really goofy role.
yeah,
She's like,
and
oh, let me call in a favor with a super secret organization that no one even in the government really is supposed to know about, but oh, I know someone. I'm going to call them and then see if they can send a hitman to kill this guy. And then, oh, wait a second. When that fails, like, oh, they're neutral. Sorry.
yeah, she's just kind of like, okay, you guys are on your own.
Right. And
Like,
then you're like, peace out. You don't see her again.
yeah, that
And
was
then
definitely weird.
and then Jeremy Irons, he was like kind of in John Wick. He was basically the Vigo character saying like, "Oh yeah, you're screwed. You're dead. Like
Yeah,
there's no way you're going to survive this. You might as well start getting your affairs in order because once a beekeeper's on you, you're dead."
I find it kind of funny when they would bring it up, like the beekeeper, and they would talk about it. It wasn't like super super corny, but like it was kind of
Oh,
corny in a way.
all the parallels with beekeeping. They're like, did you
Yeah.
know that when a queen is out of line, there's an uprising?
You're
Like,
trying to give it like
okay,
all this depth. It's like basically, bro, he's a hitman. It's like that's all he really is.
yeah, she's like reading a beekeeping book and like, oh, I'm gonna track him down because I'm reading this beekeeper book. Like, give me a break.
It's funny too. A couple nights ago, I think yeah, Wednesday night, me and my buddy went and saw Monty Python, The Holy Grail, because there's like a anniversary. I don't know if you've seen that movie. Hilarious
Uh,
though.
it's
And
been a
we
while.
were coming. It's yeah. Like we came out of the theater and we saw the poster for the Beekeeper. I was like, oh, I want to see that. And my buddy, who's like a huge John Wick fan, looked at it. He's like, the Beekeeper. He's like, what a stupid name for a movie. I was like, okay, but I can guarantee you, Matt, the kills are at least gonna be good. Which like I
And they
said
were.
before, they were. But I
I
don't
love
know. I
this.
think like
Sorry.
sorry. I think just sometimes when they do names like these, like the Beekeeper and just other cringy names, sometimes that can't like it doesn't attract the audience. Sometimes it just seems like it's going to be a super super cliche movie, which at the end of the day it kind of is, I guess.
Well, actually, it's funny because as a goof, we went. I think there was like 8 or 9 of us that went to go see the movie, and my one buddy's wife was like, "What are you going to go see?" And I said, "Oh, we're going to go see this movie, The Beekeeper." And she's like, "Oh, I haven't heard of that." And I said, "Oh, it's a wonderful love story. It's getting rave reviews. It's about a gentleman that like keeps bees on his property, and he's falls in love with a tenant that's living there with them." And like, I totally had her buying the fact that The Beekeeper was a romance, like a romantic movie.
Oh man, did she enjoy it at all? At least.
But no, she didn't see it. I just
Oh
convinced her
no.
that's what we were going to go see. She was like, "Wow, why would you guys be interested in that?" I'm like, "Well, we're just into good movies, and it's supposed to be a good romantic film, and award contender." But
Yeah,
yeah, for
I'm kind of curious to see what Jason Statham does next for sure.
so I read a thing. This is his fifth movie in a year. So this dude's been busy. So I was trying to think of the five, and I was like, okay, The Beekeeper, Meg 2, The Expendables, and I'm trying to think what the other two are. Like, what else was he in?
Um, I
The
Spy. That didn't come out in 2023, did it?
I don't know. Hold on, I gotta look because I was like, dang, he did 5 movies.
It's so weird because I don't remember the other ones. I didn't see Expendables 4. I don't know if that's a good time or not, but
I've seen most of all the Expendables movies, but the last one got such poor reviews, I didn't even waste my time with it.
yeah, there's so many other good movies you can watch.
Yeah, let's see. Jason Statham, Expendables 4, Meg 2, Fast and the Furious, Fast X,
Oh,
Operation Fortune, The
yeah.
Beekeeper.
Oh, Operation Fortune. That was a. I don't know if you've seen it. That was not a good movie.
Yeah, so yeah, Operation Fortune, Fast X, Meg 2, Expendables 4, and The Beekeeper. So, dude, he was a busy guy.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but like I don't find him as maybe it's because he's getting older. Definitely, it's one of the reasons. But he's not as jacked as he used to be. I don't
Yeah,
think.
I was trying to think. So, okay, he was born July 26, 1967. So he'll be 60 in 3 years. So he's 50 years old. He's 57 years old,
I
right?
don't know what. Man looks like
Yeah.
he's in his 40s, like
He looks good for a
30s.
57-year-old guy. He's pretty good looking. He's still jacked. I hope I hope when I am 57, I am that jacked and good looking. Sorry. So he's cranked out 5 movies. None of them were fantastic. I would say out of those 5 that he put out, this was the best one.
Oh yeah. Even though I haven't seen the Meg, this is definitely
Yeah.
better than Operation Fortune. I didn't see Fast and the
So,
Furious. I don't know about you.
oh yeah, I've seen that. So Beekeeper was the highest rated out of his last 5 films. Then Operation Fortune, then Fast X, then Meg 2, and then Expendables 4 was the worst.
Hey, I heard
So,
Sylvester Stallone didn't want to be in that movie, so
Well, that's because he really wasn't in it for like 90% from what I've heard.
Yeah, it's
But
definitely not going to be like the first one, that's for sure.
okay, but do you think so for this movie, do you think they're going to try to build a franchise around this? Like, I don't know what the box office is going to be. I think it's going to be a decent box office because there's not much competition this weekend. But do you think they're going to try to build a franchise around this?
And honestly, I'm probably gonna go with a no for right now because I feel like Jason Statham only does like he did the Meg, he did 2 movies, he did Expendables, but other than that, I don't really know if he's gonna want to do like another franchise because I can't think of any more other than those two, like that he's.
Hey man, you got to get paid.
Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of don't want them to. I kind of want them to just, I don't know, make another Hitman story of him just being like a basic generic Hitman with no beekeeping stuff. I don't know. I'd be like him in a Hitman movie, like playing Agent 47.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, an aged hitman, like in his golden years for sure.
Have you?
I mean,
Sorry.
he's going to be in the next Fast movie, so that's coming out. What that production got delayed on that one, so I think that's going to be out with 2025 now. But you said you're not up on the Fast movies.
I watched everything up until 9, because 10 was the last one that came out, right?
Right,
Fast
right.
X.
And then it's a cliffhanger ending, so you're better off not watching it until the next one comes out.
Yeah, and I grew like when I was a kid. Like I have all the DVDs up to 6, I think, and that's when I stopped buying the DVDs. Or no, I have up to 7. 7 was when Paul Walker died. But like the first movie, I remember just being a kid and watching it and just absolutely loving street racing. And after Paul Walker died, obviously it just kind of went to shit after. Like,
it got away from the street race. We've gone from street racing and stealing DVD players to like going into outer space and shooting down satellites.
I remember being in the movie theater watching, I think it was Fast 5, and there was a post-credit scene, and it was Jason Statham, and it's when he kills Han.
When they reveal who killed Han, yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, oh my god! And then Han comes back, and you're like, okay, so that was for nothing. Kind of like, how the MCU does it. Everyone died in Infinity War, and then they came back.
Well, that was one of the highlights of Fast X, was the whole reunion between Han and Hobbs. Or Shaw. Sorry, Shaw. Not Hobbs. Not The Rock.
Yeah, I forgot Hobbs isn't in it because The Rock and Vin Diesel have like a little beef together, I think.
I won't spoil it for you then for Fast X.
Well, I know, I kind of got the ending ruined from you on YouTube. I know it leaves off on a cliffhanger. That's all I know.
The post-credit scene of the movie sets up something else, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a franchise. I'm really, really kind of like upset about it. But in my head, in Nathan's little world, it's kind of like, okay, it ended at Fast 7. Let's leave it at that. Because even Fast 5, like even that movie was kind of bonkers. 6 was bonkers. They're jumping out of airplanes, like, but there was still some street racing, and Paul Walker was still in it, so I'm still willing to watch it. But I think the charm is completely gone from it.
So speaking of discs, like you buying discs, are you just as upset as I am that like Best Buy and stuff are starting to pull all the physical media out of the stores?
Absolutely, man. It's a real shame. I have a Best Buy here. I don't buy too much movies from there. Like if I go there, like when I bought my 4K player and my 4K TV, obviously I bought DVDs, but I don't really go out of my way to go to Best Buy because I have like it's called a Cinema One for us here in like the city I live in our mall.
Okay, I've never heard of that. We don't have them down here.
Oh no, they're only in like Ontario, Canada. None of them are in the States, but they have a huge collection. Completely like not even like Best Buy has nothing on them. Like Cinema One destroys them. But if I go to Best Buy like just to buy something else and I come across a DVD, I'll buy it. But I think it sucks for people that maybe they only know that Best Buy sell DVDs and nowhere else around them, and there's no way of them getting it now. So it's really unfortunate for them.
First, they took away Blockbuster from me. Like, I'm old enough to like miss going to Blockbuster and searching around for a movie on a Friday night. And then
Where's the
now I
best?
can't go into a Best Buy or something and like just stroll through and look for DVDs. Like, oh yeah, I want that movie. And
Exactly. And like,
go ahead.
sorry, you cut out there. My bad.
No, it's all you, man.
Oh, I was just saying that's the whole fun of it, just strolling around, having a peace of mind, and picking up
Yeah.
what you want. You don't know if
Well,
it's gonna be bad or if it's gonna be good.
and I don't know about you, but one of the fears I have is like you never know. Like you buy your movies digitally, you never know if one of these providers is going to go under or eventually like, oh, your rights to own this movie have expired. Who knows what's buried in all the licensing stuff when you buy a movie digitally. And I mean, I don't see Apple going under, but if they do, like, do the thousands of dollars of money that I bought digital movies through there just gone? I don't know.
I hope not, but I definitely know that PlayStation does that. I have a couple of movies on my PlayStation. Straight Outta Compton is one of them because it's a director's cut,
Uh,
and it says when you go in the fine print and like the licenses agreement, it says if anything happens to like the PlayStation store, um, for argument's sake, say like the PS7 came out, 10 years from now,
right.
when they would shut down the PS5 store, and apparently you'll lose even if you have that stuff downloaded. It's going to be all gone.
Yeah. It's actually
And
fun. I just ran into that with my PS5 because my PlayStation Network thing expired, and my credit card that was on file like expired or whatever. So my PlayStation Network stuff ended today. So I went to go and like play Madden, and I couldn't even play like my Madden franchise because it's saved online. So I'm locked out of my own franchise mode,
oh, so
and
you got to get online again.
yeah, I gotta go and renew my online and update my payment information or whatever. But it's frustrating, like how they and like all the games that you downloaded from the PlayStation Network, like they're gone in a heartbeat. So I could see that
Yeah,
happening with people's movies. They're just like, oh, sorry, you're out of luck.
yeah, and especially like you said, not being able to go to Best Buy, which is still popular like around the world. People definitely go there for laptops and everything. So not having those movies on the side and they can't even turn around and see it and just look at it, it's kind of depressing.
Yeah, and I don't know about yours, but like ours, they just kind of took them down, but that space is just pretty much empty. It's not like
I
they've really
actually
filled it with anything.
I actually haven't been to my Best Buy since this has happened, but I kind of it's only up the street from me from like 5 minutes, so I
Yeah,
definitely want
same
to
here.
go see. But I remember being like I'm 26, so like I remember being a kid going to Blockbuster, or we had Rogers Video, and they were right across the street from each other. But we always
Okay.
owed late fees to Rogers, so we always went back to Blockbuster. But there's nothing else like it. And my last time going there, I think I had The Big Bang Theory. I think it was like the fourth season, and I went to go bring it back, and they said, "Do
Hmm.
you want to buy it?" And I was like, "Oh no, I'm just gonna return it. Like I already watched it, and I can watch it on TV." And they're
Yeah.
like, "Okay, well, we're selling all of our DVDs," and then I found out they were closing. I was just a kid. It was a very sad day. Like I was really upset. Still in it, definitely. I know a lot of people are for sure.
Yeah, because we had it right down the street from us, and like that would be the go-to. You would go and like check out movies on a Friday or Saturday night with your girlfriend, and
Yeah,
yeah, those days are
and like
gone, man.
for me too, like for like you, it's maybe like a 10-minute walk from my house, and there was a New Orleans pizza right beside it, and that's where we would go, and
You grab a
you know,
pie, yeah,
yeah, exactly. And they had like I would go there for games for most of the time. I would occasionally get the odd movie, but I did go
hmm
there a lot for video games because I could just rent it, see if I liked it. If not, I could get my mom to buy it for me if I like did like it. But
yeah.
um,
Well, hopefully, I don't know. They haven't disappeared yet from our like Walmart or Target. We still have they still some on the shelves in Walmart and Target, but that's about it right now.
yeah, I don't know if you watch. Have you ever heard the YouTube channel called Films at Home?
Mm,
It's it's a pretty big. It's probably
maybe if I
the
saw
like the
one,
bigger. If you saw it, you'd probably recognize it. Maybe.
yeah, the channel name doesn't ring a bell with me, but sorry.
Okay. No,
Yeah,
it's
what do they
okay.
do?
It's just one guy. He does it in his own basement. He's probably like the biggest like YouTube channel that talks about like 4K releases and everything like behind the scenes of what's going on with Blu-rays and DVDs.
Oh,
And
okay.
I think it was like the middle of 2023 they made a video and they had statistics proving that Walmart was getting rid of their DVDs like Best Buy, and then all of a sudden, come like October, November, apparently their sale is just skyrocketed, and I don't know if they just changed their mind. I don't know what happened, but in the
Well,
middle of the year they were slow, and apparently they're keeping them, which is good.
yeah, I mean, but their competition, if shut down, I mean, they're heck, it's like, well, people are going to come here to buy a movie instead of Best Buy now.
Yeah, definitely, and they're gonna have to because Walmart's everywhere, right? Like not
Yeah.
every city or town has a movie store. Like you're lucky if you do.
Yeah, we have a store called FYE. I don't know if you have them up there. That would be like the next spot to go buy a movie. But for me, it's like a 40-minute drive from my house.
Oh wow! Yeah, so if you're buying a movie, you definitely want to make it worth it.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, the only one, like I said, the only one I have now since Rogers and Blockbuster is gone is Cinema One. But they have every DVD I could ever ask for, and if they don't have it in the store, they have it on their website, and they have I think have a warehouse in like Quebec or something. But
right.
yeah, it's the only place I can go to. But I can't complain at the same time. They have everything I want. So unfortunately, they don't have VHSs. I'm trying to get back into collecting VHS tapes, certain ones. But
I kept some of my Disney VHS tapes because you never know if they're going to be worth any money. So I have some like classic Disney VHS from like the 80s.
I think just having, even if we don't sell them, like I have some, but just keeping them is nice. I think the cover art on them is amazing. It's worth the keep, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that VHS tapes are where it's at, man. But then it's like you go back and watch one, you're like, oh, compared to a Blu-ray or a 4K, you're like,
Oh
wow, I can't
yeah.
believe that this used to be the go-to.
Do you have a 4K DVD player? Or I guess the PS5 has one actually.
It did, but I actually have a normal one. I have a regular Blu-ray player, 4K Blu-ray player that does 3D because my projector does 3D. So I
Ooh,
found a 4K projector that worked with my 3D setup.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I had
unfortunately,
a
they don't do the 3D movies in 4K yet, or if there are, there's very few of them. So it's Blu-ray quality in 3D, like Pandora or Avatar and stuff. But it's still
yeah,
nice.
as much as Avatar is a good looking movie, I could really not get into the story in either of them. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I mean I appreciated it more the second time that I watched the movie. The first time I was like, I guess maybe I wasn't totally getting it, and the second one wasn't as good. But I don't know, dude's got like seven of them planned. James Cameron.
Yeah. Oh man, and the amount of money that he made off the second one was just insane. I don't know the final numbers, but I know it
Mhm.
was over like 100 billion for sure. That's all I can say.
If you think about how much money he's made between that and Titanic and like the Terminator films,
Terminator.
like
Yeah. Oh man.
he should be able to like just retire.
I know. And I remember when the Titanic came out, like I have the VHS of that too, and it's just I don't think it's a bad movie, but like I remember watching it as a kid, and I've never had the desire to go back and watch it. Never.
Yeah. That was Titanic was the first movie that I saw in the brand new theater by my house at the time, which is not new anymore, but where I go to the movies now, I saw Titanic there. It was the first movie I ever saw there.
Did you Oh, what's that other movie called that came out in 2023? Did you see Gran Turismo by chance?
It's funny. So I started watching it. I've seen like the first 40 minutes of it, which I've enjoyed so far, but I haven't finished it.
Oh, okay. If
But
you
yet
do, you
but
have.
yet I finished Barbie today. I can't wait to do my review on Barbie.
Oh, I don't know. I'll definitely watch that. I don't know if I'll watch the movie. I'll watch the review for sure.
Do you
but
have HBO Max or Max or whatever it's called?
so I'm in a sticky situation where I kind of can't say the name of the website that I have. It's kind of a fluke.
Okay, it's
I
all
could
good. It's
text
all
it to
good.
you. I no, but I can talk about it. It doesn't matter. Anyways, I got movies. I pay $130 for a year, and they're based in the States. And I basically have everything. After like Barbie came out in the theaters, and it was on this certain website in like a week, maybe. It's not
Right.
4K streaming, but it's like 1080p, and I get it like instantly. I have it on my PS5, or no, not my PS5. I have it on my TV. I have it on my phone. So that's kind of how I watch shows. Sometimes I do watch them on cable if it's on like
Yeah.
FX or like Fox. But yeah, this website has everything. It has Reacher every single episode. I do have Disney Plus, but
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure you sound like my buddy Mike, who has the same sort of setup.
It's definitely convenient to have. I came across it by a fluke. I thought it was a scam. It's not a scam. It's completely good. Um, I
Right.
don't know if it's
We won't discuss the legalities of it, but sure.
yeah, no. But
I'm
yeah,
not judging anybody and how they
no,
absorb
no,
their
no.
content.
But all in all, it has everything I want, so I can't complain.
Yeah. It's all good. I get it. But yeah, the Barbie movie, that was something else. I've got to say, like, that was something completely out of left field. I don't know why it's getting like all this critical acclaim and stuff, but it
Oh,
is what it is, you know.
it's especially because Oppenheimer came around the same time and the whole Barbieheimer thing happened. It's like if those
Yeah.
didn't come out at the same time, I really don't think anyone would have cared because I remember when the trailer came out the first time, everyone was trashing it, and then it
Right.
made more money. It made more money than Oppenheimer did. It beat it at the box office, which I find ridiculous. But
Yeah, and
at,
it's like up in arms right now because everyone's upset about the whole like, oh, it's best adapted screenplay and it wouldn't qualify for best adapted screenplay. Look, after watching the movie, I wouldn't have thought it was like in contention for any kind of awards or anything, but
yeah,
that
and
was just me.
when I see these box office numbers, like even if it's a movie like Barbie, like I haven't even seen it, I kind of 90% know I'm not gonna like it. But
Hmm.
when I see that the movie made over $1 billion, to me in my mind, a lot of people wanted to go to the movies that day, and at least they went to the movies and they supported it. You
Right.
know, like
Yeah.
that
I've
part of it makes me happy.
I've definitely watched some trash just to be able to review it for the channel.
Yeah, and sometimes it's fun, and if you end up watching trash after trash, then definitely can be a bit exhausting. You kind of just want to watch something good.
Did you see this Silent Night movie with Joel Kinnaman
I
that
did
came out?
not. I did have a chance to go see it, but couple of review. I'm usually not one to watch a review and then go watch the like not go watch the movie if the reviewer didn't like it. But this one,
Was
I
it
had
my
a
review?
feeling
Because I trashed it. I trashed that
your
movie. It was one of the worst movies I've seen of the year.
your review and Cody Leach, if you know who that is. He's a
Yeah.
reviewer on
Okay.
YouTube. Yeah, but both of
That
you
movie was
guys, I saw
so
both of
bad.
you, and you guys like both of you guys. And you go watch his review. You guys said like the exact same points. I was like, okay,
Yeah. It was.
if he doesn't talk, I don't really feel like watching it.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of Joel Kinnaman. I think he's done some good stuff, but man, that movie
Yeah,
was just trash.
he was good in the RoboCop. He played RoboCop, right? In the reboot.
And the RoboCop reboot, which I just
Yeah,
watched recently. Yeah.
yeah. And we were just talking about that. Like, I think he did a good for what he was
I
given.
actually
I
like
think he
that
did a good
better.
job.
I like that movie better the second time I saw it.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie actually. I really wish it was rated R. It would have been even better.
Yeah, that RoboCop jumped the shark after RoboCop 2. Like I think you said you did not see RoboCop 2.
No, I did not. I only saw the first one. That's so funny that we're sitting here. I got the game on PS5. I don't know if you've
Rogue
played
City.
this. Yeah, it's not bad. It's a bit buggy, but it's just like an arcadey, fun shoot 'em up game, kind of.
Be careful because I know it has alternate endings.
Oh, I did not know that.
I think there's
Yeah.
like two or three different endings depending on how you play the game.
Hmm. Yeah, it's definitely it's not a short game either. It's at least like at least 10, 11 hours long and long enough. Like it's not super short.
Yeah.
But I went to EB Games. I don't usually go to EB Games. I go somewhere else. But I went there, and the guy said, "You sure you want this? I heard it's trash." And then he gave it to me. And he told me it was the last copy. I was like, "Okay, if it's so bad, why do you only have one copy left? Everyone's buying it." And it's a great time. It's a bit buggy, like I said, but if you get past that, it's fun. And it has a good story, so can't go wrong with
Well,
that.
okay, so I didn't see I haven't played the game, but I've seen some gameplay footage of it. I know everyone was excited because Peter Wellers was doing the voice of RoboCop.
Yeah.
But then when I listened to the gameplay footage, it didn't even sound like him really. And most of the audio that I heard, it didn't even sound like Peter Weller.
Was it like a full like finished gameplay that you were looking at, or was it like a demo?
No, it was like a game, like it was a YouTuber that was playing the game and was showing like the cutscenes and stuff.
Oh,
But
I
you
didn't
thought
really
it
catch
sounded
on
like
to
you
that.
thought it sounded like Peter Weller?
Yeah, he did. Not like, like his robotic voice to me sounded a little bit off, but like nothing stuck out to me too much. I think it's the performance of the game and that like
Okay.
the audio, because the audio is really janky too. It cuts out a lot. But
Gotcha.
who knows? I don't know. I think it's definitely cool that he came back and did that. Like, still has love for it. So.
Well, so he's in RoboCop 2, but then RoboCop 3 he gets recast. I have to look up what the circumstances were behind that, but yeah, they recast him in RoboCop 3, which was trash. That movie was garbage.
I have a feeling. I haven't seen the second one, but I have a feeling maybe he only wanted to do 2. But yeah, like you said, we'll look it up after. I'm not sure.
2's not bad. 2's still rated R, still kind of gritty, but 3 is horrible.
Yeah, it's like the
And it's
Terminator
PG.
movies. Oh, it's PG? Oh, wow.
Well, if it's PG-13, it's either PG or PG-13. If it's PG-13, it's a light PG-13, which I don't know what your rating in Canada is. Ours is PG-13. I don't know what they call it in Canada.
That's so funny you bring that up because I was just going to ask you about your ratings. So here in Canada, when it's rated R, like for you guys, for us it says 18.8. I don't know if that's the same thing. It says 18.8, like Suicide Squad, for example, when the trailers came out, rated R. Here is 18.8. Oh no, here it was 14.8. In the States, it was rated R. And I was like, I'm surprised it's not 18.8 here. Number one, there's a ton of swearing, and the amount of blood, and the amount of blood in James Gunn's Suicide Squad, it got a 14.8 rating. Like there was little kids watching that. Like, I'm just surprised that it wasn't 18.8 here. The only time they pull off 18A ratings if there's some sort of nudity or something like that. If it's just blood, it's 14A. That's pretty much it.
Oh, okay. No, we just have R or PG-13 or PG. And so, like, pretty much all your Marvel stuff is PG-13. But yeah, like I think the Beekeeper was rated R.
Yeah, like for me, the Beekeeper was 14.8, which I found so weird because I don't know. Like if I was a 14-year-old, I don't know if my mom would let me watch this. Like I was barely even allowed to watch Crank, but when that marathon came on when I was a kid, it was 1 and 2, and the second one would come right on after. I would barely leave my seat. Like the movie just goes so fast. Like it's
right.
It's just such a good time. But yeah, I do think Jason Statham is definitely underrated when it comes to like just his fighting. Like, cause he does his own stunts. He said that he does most of his own driving. Unlike Keanu Reeves, he does all of his stunts on foot. But when it comes to the driving scenes, it's a stunt double. But Jason
he's
Statham's
definitely a talented dude, man. He
yeah.
knows what he's doing, and you can tell in the movie too.
I do want to see him. Like sometimes I want him a bit to just step back a bit from the Hitman thing and kind of just do like a good old fashioned like drama, like sometimes like Ben Affleck does, like something like that. But who knows?
I don't know if he's got the dramatic training in him for some serious like romantic kind of period piece or something. I don't know if I could see him in like Sense and Sensibility or anything.
Yeah. But I was really, really happy watching this movie because it's been a while since, I don't want to sound sexist, but Disney, the whole shit with Marvel,
Right.
kind of had a lot of stuff shoved on our faces regarding the other gender. And I don't mind having female leads, but when it's not, I'm a better than you kind of thing, and it's not shoved in my face, I completely respect it. So when I was watching this, I was just like, a good macho man, good time. This is what us guys like watching. So it just
Well,
put a
they do
smile on my
have.
face.
Well, they do have two. They have the one, the daughter. She's a very empowered female character in this movie, in the Beekeeper.
Absolutely.
But then she doesn't do a whole lot in terms of action in the film.
Yeah.
But
She didn't get on my nerves too much. I didn't feel like she was being shoved in my face, but I didn't like how every time it would show Jason Statham doing this big action sequence, and then we got to go sit in the FBI office and play
yeah, they
catch
would
up.
cut to her.
We
Yeah,
are,
she was
yeah,
always 2 steps behind the whole
yeah,
movie,
exactly.
and you're like, why are
And
you even chasing him? It makes no sense why you're even
and it's
chasing
a
him right now.
and it's a waste of time for the audience because we already saw what happened and we already know. So it's, I don't know. I think
Yeah.
David here, like we were talking about before, I think he's a good director, but every movie he does do, I do have like pretty big issues with. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's the dialogue. Every movie's different.
So for you, Fury is still your go-to David Ayer movie?
Mm, Fury, you said?
Fury, yeah.
Uh, I want to say it's my goat. Like, I do think it's a good movie, but the second time I watched it the other night, I don't know what it was about it. I think I'm not a big Brad Pitt guy, so
Hmm.
he was mainly in all of the screen time. I didn't feel like John Bernthal and Shia LaBeouf got enough. I thought they should have been in. They were in it, but some scenes were just pretty quiet, just sitting there, and I wanted them to speak up a lot more. I
Yeah.
do think the story is well done.
Hmm.
Cinematography is great. I don't know if you've seen Training Day with Denzel Washington and Ethan
Denzel,
Hawke.
yeah. Hmm.
Do you know if David Ayer made that movie? I can't remember who made that.
I don't think so. I don't think that was a David Ayer film.
Okay, for some reason I thought it was. I have it on my shelf. I just don't know where it is. So
I could
many
look. Maybe I
movies.
could be wrong. I mean, I'm wrong a lot when it comes to directors, but let me
I
see.
got it. Oh yeah, I got it on 4K. This is a beautiful 4K. Denzel Washington, Ethan Hawke. Where does it say the director? Yeah, I guess it would be easier just looking it up on your phone or something. Yeah, it doesn't even say on the case who directed it or anything. That's
I'm
kind of
trying to
weird.
pull up his filmography here.
Oh, and Antoine Fuqua, who made the Equalizer films.
Was he a producer on the film? He was a co-producer of Training Day.
Oh, okay. Great.
But
Oh,
he End of Watch. He was a producer at End of
ooh,
Watch.
another great movie.
I would have to say my go-to, if I'm looking through his filmography right here, I like the movie Bright, the one with Will Smith.
I forgot that he made that. That is a good movie too. I'm surprised it didn't do a second one. I don't know if
Yeah,
it did
Bright.
good. I
So
forgot
then,
he did End of Watch too. I don't know if you've seen that.
yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, I want to say that and Fury. No, wait, okay, so End of Watch, Training Day, and Fury are his highest rated movies.
Oh, David Ayer.
Those 3 movies are his highest rated, yeah. Fury, End of
Okay, so
Watch, and Training Day. But
so
Training Day,
yeah.
he was just a co-producer on.
Okay. Well, even if he is, I don't know. I'm gonna say Training Day. I grew up with that movie. I think Denzel Washington's performance in that movie is
Now,
just
see, this is interesting. So he's got on
awesome.
his IMDb page, he's got 3 upcoming movies. He's got Dirty Dozen, Commando, and The Wild Bunch. So are these
Hmm.
like 3 remakes? Is he doing 3 remakes?
Yeah, because Commando's an old movie, right?
Yeah, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
The
I don't think
Dirty
I've
Dozen
seen
and
it,
The
but I
Wild
know.
Bunch. Man, I don't know.
Yes.
Interesting.
I do. He did a I don't know if you saw on YouTube. He did an interview with John Bernthal not long ago, and he said that there is a different. I don't know if you saw his version of Suicide Squad, but it
Hmm.
actually wasn't his.
Right.
Kind of like the Snyder cut with Justice League. But anyways, apparently he himself has obviously he has the
The
one
cut.
copy of the movie that exists, and he wants to put it out for the fans, but at the same time he feels like the studio screwed him over so hard, and if he does sign this deal and he does release it, I mean they're gonna take half the money anyway, right? Like,
Yeah, well, we'll see what James Gunn has to do with the new DC
DC.
universe. I
Man,
didn't even see
I don't.
Aquaman because I was like, farewell,
Yeah,
have fun.
I did enjoy. Um, I don't know about you, but like I personally like Zack Snyder a lot. Don't get me wrong; he does have his flaws for sure. Few things I could bitch about, but overall, when it comes to his version of the Justice League, like the actual Snyder cut,
Mhm.
I don't think that movie's a masterpiece or anything, but I think it is a damn good superhero movie, and
Yeah,
especially the fight scenes. It really does feel like a comic book to me, and I think it's so well done.
I was all in on his universe, the Snyderverse. My biggest issue was Batman versus Superman. I did not like that movie. I enjoyed Justice League, and then after Justice League, when they went with like Wonder Woman 2, that's when I was like, oh, it's all downhill.
Yeah. I think I got like halfway through that movie. I turned it off. I didn't finish it. Compared to the first one, like
Yeah,
ridiculous. It sucks too because DC has such a good back catalog of villains. I personally like I grew up with both of them, but I've always leaned a bit more towards DC because like their comics are way more mature. Spider-Man and Marvel, they do have like dark stuff. Don't get me wrong, but
right.
I don't know. It can't really beat like a good old fashioned Batman detective comic, in my opinion. I think those are the best. And
Yeah,
when they failed to do that in like Batman vs Superman, no one liked it. I don't know if you've seen the director's cut of that movie.
I have. Yeah,
Okay, I don't know if that made it any better for you, but it did for me a little bit, not by much, but I definitely did like Ben Affleck a lot. Not a lot of people did.
I didn't mind Ben Affleck actually. I didn't mind him as Batman, and yeah, I uh, I really love Superman. I thought the casting for Superman was great. I love Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
I'm
and
bummed to see him go.
yeah, and especially how that whole thing happened. And I don't know if you the whole Black Adam thing, like the post credit scene, like that was just
Oh, I know. What are the worst tea? Like, oh,
yeah.
Superman's back, Henry Cavill's back, and then like a week later, like, nope.
I understand why James Gunn did it, but at the same time, like he was like the perfect Superman. Like, why would you want to get rid of him? I get you want to start a new universe, but I don't know. I know Gal Gadot isn't Gadot, whatever her name is, isn't coming back as Wonder Woman. Apparently, like everything's going to be brand new. So
That's what I'm
see what
hearing.
happens, I guess. I,
Yeah,
I'm not sure how the new Superman movie's going to be with the. I don't remember the guy's name. I can't remember for the life of me. The new actor for Superman. It's not hitting me right now. But
well, I thought it was going to be Nicholas Holt, but then from what I'm hearing, he might be Lex Luthor.
yeah, he did. James Gunn took a picture with him on Instagram, and they're holding the script together. And he said it was officially confirmed that he's doing Lex Luthor.
Nicholas Holt
So
is
yeah, that'd be cool.
okay.
Hopefully,
Cool.
definitely better than Jesse Eisenberg because that was atrocious.
That was pretty bad. That was one of the issues I had. Yeah, was Jesse
Yeah,
Eisenberg. But all right,
but
well,
yeah,
I guess we should wrap this up since we haven't talked about the Beekeeper in a while.
yeah, and overall, great movie. Especially if you're gonna go see it with your friends. Go see it with some friends. I think you'll have a good time. Don't get too
If you're
invested in the
looking for a
story.
good time at the movies, it's a good one to go see this weekend for
Absolutely,
sure. And just
absolutely.
suspend disbelief. Believe that the single guy can wipe out an entire Secret Service agent
Yeah, yeah.
task
Just
force, but
they have like body gear on, and all he does is punch him in the chest, and it's all right. He's out.
yeah. Yeah, oh, the fact too that he's not really like killing the Secret Service people, he's just like wounding them
Yeah, I
perfectly.
know.
I'm like, okay, right, okay. We'll go with it, sure.
But oh man, that's I will say though, that fight scene at the end with the dude with the missing leg. I
The
thought that was
leg.
awesome. Yeah, I thought that was a really good fight sequence. It was really
He just
engaging.
needed to pick up the leg at the end and start beating him with his own leg. It was missing that. But yeah, when he kicked the guy's leg off, the guy fell down. That was fantastic.
I would pay I would pay so much money to see a John Wick and like John Wick against Jason Statham type movie. Like it would be so stupid, but it would be so fun to watch.
Well, so that's what I said in my review. In my first review for the movie, I was like, it would be awesome if they put this, was it like Adam Clay, I think is his name, and John
Yeah.
Wick together. That would be pretty cool.
Definitely a combo, but I don't know if we're ever gonna get anything like the Expendables again with all the macho guys together. Who knows?
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm curious to see if Jason Statham is gonna do something different after this, or he's gonna keep doing like these kind of B, C grade movies. I'm not sure. He has a lot of movies in the bargain bin you can find at Walmart for $5.
Probably Meg 3 and Fast 11.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man,
All right, Jim, well,
hour-long
let's
video.
wrap this
Gosh.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having me on, and I'll have you on my channel next time.
Next time we're doing your channel.
Absolutely. Is there any before we go? Is there any other movies like you want to you think about we could review?
Well, I mean, I'd have to look at an upcoming release schedule. I know a lot of the movies I'm looking forward to are in March with the King Kong or Kong X Godzilla, whatever the hell they're calling that, and then the new Ghostbusters movie. Madame Web comes out in February, but I'm thinking that's going to suck.
Yeah, I'm not too. I'm gonna watch it just because I'm kind of a sucker for superhero movies.
I'm going to go see it. It's just,
Yeah,
I think it's going to suck, but
yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah, Sony has been doing the best stuff, things with their Sony verse Spider-Man stuff. But yeah, there's not really that other than Ghostbusters and Man and Web. I don't really feel like there's that many big movies coming out right now because apparently Deadpool 3 is going to be the only MCU movie this year. So, which is a good.
Oh
thing,
yeah, I
think.
got to watch Echo. I haven't watched Echo yet.
Oh, whew, it's going to be a rough one. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know.
Great.
It's not long though. You won't be suffering for long. There is some good things.
Do you think you need to watch that to be able to watch the next like phase of the MCU? Do you think it's going to tie in at all? I guess if anything, it's going to be with Deadpool, or not with Deadpool, with
Daredevil,
obviously.
Yeah, I think that's only. I don't know if they're going to do anything else. Daredevil. I don't know if they're going to put Echo in a movie, but I think they're going to keep her on like that Netflix style street level thing with Daredevil, and with Daredevil coming out with his own show soon, I think she'll be in that maybe.
Well, real quick, did you see the Marvels?
Yep, I actually kind of enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was a good time.
I gave it a good review. I enjoyed it too. I thought it was fun. But the post-credit scene was setting up the young female Avengers kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
and then
Echo is gonna be part of that.
Well, that too, and then that Beast from X-Men was there, and I was like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, Beast.
That was
awesome. Kelsey Grammer in there. That's right. Oh Christ! Now we're spoiling the Marvels.
I don't think anyone cares. Everyone's bashing it, but yeah, I don't think that movie deserved that much hate, man. That was ridiculous how much hate that got.
But
way better than
because my review for that because I gave it a good review and like my review only got it was downvoted a bunch and it was like one of the lowest reviewed movies that I have on my channel because people downvoted it because I gave it a good review.
It's so everyone's just looking for negativity. I swear, it's just what it is nowadays. Some people are nice. Some people will leave nice comments. But when I came out with my YouTube short, I got like I was on my way to work and I made it just for fun, thinking it was gonna get like 30 views. I got over 1,000 views, and 90% of the comments were just like how stupid are you? Blah blah blah. Some of them I responded to, some of them I deleted, some of them I left. I don't really look at them. It's just, it is what it is, man. It's a movie. I don't know why people get so butthurt over it.
Yeah, I will say, the only thing I'll say is that I think a lot of people now with YouTube and movie reviews is they'll go on and watch all these movie reviews before the movie comes out, and then they won't go into it with their own open mind. They just have a preconceived notion that the movie's going to be bad based on someone else's review.
Yeah, and Rotten Tomatoes doesn't help either. It doesn't help whatsoever.
Exactly.
I think IMDb is a lot more credible. Like there's some movies I don't agree on, but like the Beekeeper rating was pretty solid. I think they gave it like a 6.9. I would agree
I
with
think it was
that.
like 67 or 6.7, 6.9, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but all in all, I think people just need to chill out. But
Yeah,
whatever. You can't.
exactly. All right, dude.
But
It is past my bedtime. I'm going to bed. So,
thank you very much for having me on again. I appreciate it, and we'll work out something next time and see what we'll review next.
yeah, man. Hit me up on the text. You know the number.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you again. Take
All
care.
right, dude. Until next time. Good chat with you, brother.
Peace out, man.
See ya.